Happy St. Patrick's Day to our friends and family all over the world. May the luck of the Irish be with you today and always.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Anyway, we got our friends Michael McMee and Minnie McMee here, from all the way from Ireland here. He's going to play a little tune here. Yeah, you know, I thought it would be a good idea. You know, a friend of mine came down a case of Corona, and I figured, oh, sounds like a great idea for a party. So I went out and bought a 6-pack of Corona. All right. So anyway, we figure we better have a party, even though it's just us. We gotta have our St. Patrick's Day party. So we're gonna play a few songs here. Start out, I think, with Finnegan's Wake.
Tim Finnegan lived in walking streets.
Right in the middle of the street, he was homeless.
Oh, a gentleman Irish, mighty odd.
Mighty odd indeed.
He'd a beautiful brogue so rich and sweet.
Couldn't understand a word of him.
And a rise in the world he carried a hod.
Big hod!
Wrong song.
Now Tim had a sort of a tippling way. With the love of the liquor, poor Tim was born.
Oh, he loved the liquor, he did.
And to help him on with his way each day, he'd a drop of the crather every morn. Whack for the dawn, dance your partner on the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
Hey, did you hear the one about the Irish water polo team?
No.
All their horses drowned.
Ha!
One morning Tim was rather full,
So full his eyes were brown.
and his head felt heavy, which made him shake. He fell off the ladder and he broke his skull.
He bounced.
And they carried him home, his corpse to wake.
What's the way? When you're not sleeping.
They rolled him up in a nice clean sheet,
No sheep!
and they laid him out upon the bed,
Everybody on the
with a gallon of whiskey at his feet and a barrel of porter at his head. Whack for the dough, now dance your partner on the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
Why shouldn't you borrow money from a leprechaun?
I don't know.
Because they're always a little short.
Ha!
His friends assembled at the wake,
Yeah, both of them.
and the widow Finnegan called for lunch. First she brought in tea and cakes,
And some brownies.
No,
then pipes, tobacco, and whiskey punch. Biddy O'Brien began to cry. Such a nice, clean corpse did you ever see? Tim of Ornan, why did you die? Shut your gup, said Paddy McGee. Whack for the dough, you dance your partner on the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
Why did St. Patrick drive the snakes out of Ireland?
I don't know.
Because he couldn't afford a plane ticket.
Ah!
And Maggie O'Connor took up the job.
About time to...
Oh, Biddy, says she, you're wrong, I'm sure.
I'm sure I sucked us like that.
So Biddy fetched her a belt and a gob and left her sprawling on the floor.
Well, that's a position we've all seen her in many times before under more favorable circumstances.
Civil war did then engage.
About time you got engaged.
'Twas woman to woman and man to man.
That's the way Tim likes it.
Shillelagh law was all the rage, and round erection soon began. Whack for the dough, you dance your partner on the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
What do ghosts drink on St. Patrick's Day?
Have no idea.
Booze.
Oh.
Then Mickey Maloney ducked his head as a bottle of whiskey flew at him. It missed, and landing on the bed, the whiskey scattered over Tim.
Alcohol abuse where I come from.
Tim revives, bedad, he rises. Finnegan rising from the bed, saying whirl your whiskey around like blazes. Tutter and jizz, do you think I'm dead? Back for the dough, we dance your partner on the floor. your trousers shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Why?
Patty says to Mary, if you were stranded on a desert island, who would you like most to be with you?
I don't know.
Well, my Uncle Mick, replies Patty.
Why is that?
Well, it's so special about him. Well, he's got a boat.
The doughy, that's your partner on the floor, your trousers shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. How is your old one?
Let's call.
Oh, okay.
Around for the house.
Round for the house.
All right. Well, so we had a special request, from a friend of ours, Marcus McLaurin, and I'm sure Mark will appreciate this one.
There aren't many men as lucky as me that have one as big as mine. I used it all in me life, and still it's doing fine. Sometimes I think to myself, it's going on the blink. But after careful scrutiny, it proved to be in the pink. I always treat it carefully, never leave it hanging about. And every time I use it, I remember to shake it out. And sometimes when I use it, and I hold it in the air, I instructed me wife to handle it with tender love and care. Oh, ain't it a beauty? I have used it proudly all me life. All me life! Oh, ain't it a beauty? And if you don't believe me, ask me wife. Danny O'Toole came over one day, he couldn't believe what he heard. Mine was bigger than his was, he didn't believe a word. I bet him a pound, I took him outside, I laid it on the street. He couldn't believe his eyes, it was nearly 100 feet. Last summer when I was out of work to while away the hours, I used it in the neighborhood to water the neighbor's flowers. A wee girl said she needed it, could she use it for a week? And though abused daily, it never sprang a leak. Oh, ain't it a beauty? I have used it proudly all me life. All me life! Oh, ain't it a beauty? And if you don't believe me, ask me wife. I used it in the summertime, I used it in the fall. It's just around about springtime, I use it most of all. I used it in December on a cold and wintry day. I wrote me name in a snowbank a half a block away. Oh, ain't it a beauty? All the fellas envy my technique.
It's unique.
Oh, ain't it a beauty? They get jealous every time they take a peek. I must admit it hasn't been used in 3 or 4 days or more, but it's hanging there and it's ready as it ever was before. And if the good Lord's willing, I'll be using it for years. It's the best length a garden hose was ever sold by Sears. Oh, ain't it a beauty? I have used it proudly all me life.
All me life.
Oh, ain't it a beauty? And if you don't believe me, ask me wife.
Ask her twice.
Oh, ain't it a beauty? I have used it proudly all me life.
All me life.
Oh, ain't it a beauty? And if you don't believe me, ask me wife.
Ask your wife. Well, it's kind of a short party, but how can you have a St. Patrick's Day party without a shot of Irish whiskey?
To all of our friends out there, stay safe, stay healthy. Sláinte.
Sláinte. Oh.